This is your girl, Camille. I hope you're having a happy Friday. I wanted to pop on and say hey and see what you're doing this weekend. And just tell me where you are connecting in from. How about that? Let me know where you're connecting in from so I can give you a shout out. And we can have a good old time on here. We can have a conversation about what's going on. Anyway, I want to talk to you about this topic that sometimes things just don't work out the way you plan, right? They just don't. Sometimes we make the best plans. We involve the most important people that we think could help us make those plans work out. Sometimes we calculate. And sometimes they just don't work out. So what do you do? What do you do when your plans don't work out? Thank you for joining. Let me know where you're checking in from, right? I got so many people that follow me from all around the world. Let me know what city or state, what country you're checking in from so I can give you a shout out. If you have a question, drop it in the box before I get to the end. I'm only going to be on for a few minutes so I can answer your questions for you. Make sure you share and invite this, share this video with your friends and invite them to join us. Please share. If you're listening to the replay, hashtag replay, and then share it anyway, okay? Thank you. Hey, Calvin. Hey, Christine. Thank you for joining. So I know it's Friday. I know some of you are like away, traveling, probably not listening to this video, right? Some of you are entertaining family this weekend. Some of you are just, home chilling, right? It's the weekend. Maybe you're getting ready to head out for tonight. Well, you can let me know what you're doing. Drop your plans in the box. I want to know what you're doing. Maybe I can, if you're in my area, I hook up with you. So what do you do when things just don't work out as planned? Well, this weekend is a prime example of that, right? What do you do? So this weekend we had plans. We've been planning all year long to go to the Essence Festival, right? So that's where I'm supposed to be right now. But as you can see, I am in my beautiful office, my home office, and I'm not in NOLA with the Essence Festival. And why is that, right? Because things just didn't work out the way I planned. And it's unfortunate. It's really a sad thing. My hubby got sick. Right? So can you imagine that? You have all these plans, you pay for your hotel, you buy your plane ticket, you got your concert tickets, you're all ready to go hang out, and things just don't work out, right? So what had happened was, my husband, all of a sudden on Monday, he started having pain. Thanks, Jennifer. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. So give me a shout out. Let me know so I can shout you out. Just chat in the box. Say hey, say hi. What happened was on Monday, he started running around the house screaming. He had pain, holding his side, holding his back. And he was screaming, my side is going to explode. We didn't know what was going on, right? He just said, you got to take me to the hospital. And so I rushed him to the hospital, right, as fast as I could. And we found out that he had kidney stones. Not one, not two, not three, I think he had 4 kidney stones, right? So he had kidney stones, a lot of kidney stones. And anybody who has had kidney stones know that they're super painful. I was like, dude, you're acting like you're giving birth. So they're super painful. And so this is why we're not in NOLA. This is not why we're not at the Essence Festival this year. And so that was really sad because this would have been my first time going. I've never gone before, never made plans to really go before. This was a year, right, that I wanted to go, and we didn't make it. And so what do you do when your plans didn't work out, right? Don't work out. So you can't sit around and just brood and cry and, have a tissy fit, right? You have to pivot and shift. You have to do something different. You have to figure out, well, what's next? You have to assess your situation so that you can understand where the breakdown occurred and how do you switch your current situation and make it more fabulous than it ever could have been. And that's what happens with so many of us with relationships in life. We're looking forward to just growing up we go to college, right? We get our own place, we save our own money, we get our own house and all of this stuff, right? And then we're looking to have a man to share it with. And then sometimes it just doesn't work out as planned, right? So what do? Hey, Nat, thanks for joining. Hi. Appreciate you joining me. Please share the video so others can join me, right? And so what do you do when your plans don't work out, right? Because not having the man of your dreams or the career you desired or living where you want or having those children come out of your belly can be disappointing, right? And so what do when life just doesn't turn out the way you planned it to turn out, right? Again, one of the things I want to encourage you to do is slow down and breathe and realize as long as you're still living, you have an opportunity to do something different. You really do, right? When you stop breathing and you give up and you don't have any hope, there is nothing different that you're going to do but just wait in your grave. But when you are consciously aware of what's going on, something didn't work out right, something didn't come to fruition, a plan didn't come through, right? It just didn't work, right? What you do is reassess. And to do that, you have to get very still and very quiet with yourself. Sometimes that means you have to get off of social media. Sometimes that means you have to stop going to hang out. Sometimes that means you have to just get away and be in your own quiet thoughts and really connect with your creator. Sometimes that's what you need to do, shut everything else out. Sometimes it means that you might need to partner with someone who can help you assess what went on, what do you need to shift, and how do you get to the level that you really should be on or you really desire to be on, right? And so that's what I help women do all the time with men, right? Sometimes relationships don't work out. Sometimes we're not with the man and we see our girlfriend over there or that chick over there on social media, they got their man. Well, how come I'm having trouble attracting the love that I deserve? I know I'm a good woman, right? I know I have my education, I got my bank account tight. Even if you don't, right, you can still be a good woman without all of those things. But the point is, you may be wondering, why am I still single? How come I haven't attracted the man that I wanted up to now, right? How come he hasn't noticed that I'm wife material? How come he doesn't appreciate my unique qualities, right? And you may be wondering all of that, right? But let me tell you where it starts. What you have to do when you want to start to investigate what's going on is to start to look inside yourself. And it might sound strange because I know a lot of women feel like, why do I have to look inside myself to fix a mess over there? Well, first of all, we don't want that mess over there. We want someone who really appreciates us, cherishes us, and values us, and that's worthy of our time. And so in order to attract someone that's worthy, you have to really look inside yourself and identify what's blocking you from attracting that which you want. What's blocking you from manifesting the healthy love that you truly, truly desire. Here's the cold hard truth. Relationships are a mirror to what's going on inside of us. So you can pretend and you can hide all you want. The pain, the drama, the fear, the shame, the guilt, all of that stuff that's inside of us that we carry around that causes us to struggle in silence. It causes us to feel hurt. It causes us to feel pain. We don't want to tell anyone because we're ashamed of what we did or what someone did to us, right? When you carry around all that stuff, you can't make progress. So you have to make the decision that I'm not going to carry around this mess anymore. I'm going to look inside of me. And the reality is, if you continue to attract men that are cheaters, liars, not available, not connecting with you, don't really love you, care about you, cherish you, you have to start to look at what's going on inside of you. And let me tell you why that's so important. Again, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, relationships are a mirror to your soul. And that's not just a cliche, that's a fact. You will attract only who you are. Okay. And so if you're attracting toxic relationships, we do want to stop and look at ourselves and make sure that we're aligned with our core values. Because sometimes we may want a relationship, right? And sometimes we may have these core values. Let me give you a good example. We might want to save ourselves for our wedding night. Okay. I'll just use something that's not easy to do these days, right? But something a lot of women really want to do. They really want their man to be the only love in their life. They want their husband to be the one that they've only made love to, right? They don't want to make love to 50 different men. They really just want one man that's going to be their Prince Charming. That's how we've been conditioned, right? To grow up, this one man is going to come along and sweep us off our feet and ride us off to our happily ever after. So most women just want one man. But nowadays, right, you have to go through so many frogs, it seems like, until you find your prince, right? But so let me ask you, when you're going through that process of dating and kissing those frogs, are you stepping out of alignment with your core value? If you're, in my example, if your core value was to remain chaste until your wedding night? Are you, because you fear that he may lose you or not like you or might go to another woman over there because you're not having sex with him, you lower your standards and you forget about your promise to yourself or to God, or, you know, that you want to wait until you're married and you just go ahead and go along with that thing and just have sex with him, right? Just for the sake of trying to impress him, to get him to get engaged with you or interact with you or date you or to keep his interest. If you're finding that you have to step out of alignment with your core values to keep a man, and he doesn't respect what you want for yourself, you have to realize that that's not the man for you. He might be very handsome. He might be super successful. He might be very sexy. He might have everything you think you want. He might be your ideal. He might be your ideal man. But guess what? If he's not aligned with your core value, he's just that, an ideal. He is not your Mr. Right. So you want to make sure you understand who you are first, right? And what your core values are. And stay firm to be in alignment with your core values are. Understanding what your needs are. If you love to dance, if you like to travel, if you like to do missionary work, if you like to go help people in Africa or foreign countries, right? Rebuild their home or their lives. You're not going to be with someone who doesn't care about other people, who's not interested in giving back or doing service for others, right? So you wouldn't get into a relationship, no matter how handsome or sexy or fly or fine he is, he would not be in a match for you. He might be your ideal, but he's not your match. Hey, Anthony. Hey, Nat. Hey, Lawrence. Hey, Philip. Thank you all for joining and popping on. I appreciate that. So, and if you're listening to the replay, hashtag replay, share the video, because somebody needs to hear this today. So the point is that, hey, Brian, thanks for joining. The point is that, ladies, that sometimes things don't work out as planned, but you can always hit the reset button, assess where you are, as I mentioned, really take some time to get still and quiet with yourself to understand what's going on, recognize some of the patterns. Make sure you understand what your core values are. If they're really your core values, they mean the world to you. And just realize that you have to love yourself enough not to allow even the potential of having a relationship cause you to break your core values, right? If they're that important to you. So core values are those things who define who you are and really define how you show up in life, right? So they're not flimsy things. They're things that are really meaningful to you, your worship to God. If you are a Christian and you're worshiping God and you're a footstep follower of Christ, unfortunately, marrying an atheist might not work for you, right? Because now your household is divided. So that's a core value. And so that man might be fine, he might be sexy, successful, and all of that. But what would you have to give up? right? And is it worth what you're gaining, right? And so in that situation, again, things might not work out as planned, because sometimes we don't learn these things about people until we're in a relationship with them. But what you can do is, once again, thank you for the love. If I'm saying something that you that's resonating with you, don't be afraid to give me some likes. Put a question in the box. I'll be happy to do a little Q&A. But make sure it's aligned with your core values. So many times we step out of alignment. And then so many times when things don't work out as planned, we get stuck and we stop and we don't persevere forward. And what I'm encouraging you to do is not get stuck. Don't stop just because something didn't work out, just because he went and married somebody else and you thought he was going to be your perfect husband. There's so many other men out there, honey. You got a whole world. Thank you for the love. You know, that you have a whole world, a whole sea of men out there waiting to cherish you, right? And so, thank you. And so I invite you to look at your circumstance and your situation. Sometimes things don't work out because it's protection for you, right? Sometimes things don't work out because it's just not your time. He wasn't the man. Yes. And your man is waiting for you. He's waiting for you. And sometimes we might be thinking, why didn't this guy work out? He was perfect. He had everything going on. I loved him. We were vibing together. But there probably was something that you were not aware of. And whether he caused the breakup or something else caused the breakup, let me tell you, if he's your man, there would be no breakup. He would be busting his chops to stay with you, to be with you, to cherish you, to love you, to hold you, right? In his space. He would do anything to keep you there. And if it's very easy for him to let you go, don't make it so hard for you to let go. When it's time to let go, let go. It may be hard, but you have to realize that if he was your man, you know, the relationship wouldn't be ending. And sometimes relationships are meant to end. Sometimes relationships are not meant to last forever. Sometimes relationships are just preparing you to become a better person for your next relationship. How about that? And so all the painful, juicy lessons you might have learned with Mr. Wrong, if you pay attention to the lesson, and if you look at what the lesson is, and then you apply the changes to yourself, to your life, to your way of thinking that you need to apply, it will benefit you in your next relationship. So I hope that helps for those of you who may have had the best plans laid out in your mind, but they just didn't work out. But, you know, I'm giving you goosebumps. Thanks, Nat. Thank you. I see Nat saying, preach, real talk. Yes, this is real talk. Sometimes things don't work out. When I look at the Kate Spade situation and it's super sad. I look at Anthony Bourdain, two amazing people, very well-to-do. So we know money is not the secret to happiness, right? And they killed themselves. Right? And I think there was a third person. I don't remember the third person named that week that killed himself, but they killed themselves because they had no hope and because they couldn't move forward from their current situation, right? And so with Kate Spade, I heard, I don't want to speculate, but I heard, her and her husband were having some marital problems, and so her relationship didn't work out. Her plans of living happily ever after did not work out with this person. And so she didn't want to live. She didn't want to live because she couldn't imagine happily ever after without her man. And so it's very important for us to realize that things may not work out the way we plan, but that doesn't mean it have to be the end of our life. It doesn't have to be the end of our journey. It doesn't mean that we won't find love, we won't attract love. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means that it's the end of that chapter. It's just time to turn the page and start a new chapter. And if you don't know how to start that new chapter, That's why I'm here, right? To help you rewrite your love story. That's what I want to help women do, because sometimes it's super hard for us to pick up and shift, right? It's super hard for us to do something different. We're so used to being in this hypnotic trance where we're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And we don't know how to do anything different. We just keep doing the same thing over and over again. I want to invite you to one. I'm having a challenge that's starting next week. July 15th. It's called the Love Rejuvenation Challenge. And in that challenge, I'm really going to be helping women focus on really learning how to heal from the inside out, how to really heal from the pain from your past relationships and your life experiences, and how to start to experience wholeness and really attract healthy love. And this challenge I love to do every year. I always do it every year right before my retreat that's coming up in October, because one, it's kind of laying a foundation of some work that I want you to do and be prepared for those of you who are coming to the retreat. And then it introduces some of you who may not be familiar with my work, and it helps give you an opportunity to see how I really help women, right? I really help women. Some people do fluff and stuff. I don't do that stuff. I give you the real deal. I really help you learn how to attract the love that you truly deserve. Help you really rejuvenate the love from within, right? And so that's what I'm going to be doing in my my Love Rejuvenation Challenge starting on July 15th. I'll post a link. Please share it, because there's so many women out there. And this challenge, a lot of what I teach applies to men. It's just I know that I resonate with women. And so I share a lot of my teachings with women. But this challenge is really a challenge if you want to dig deep into identifying some of the blocks, look at some of the issues that you've had in your past, maybe some things that you're still holding on to, maybe just the shame, blame, and guilt that you're holding on to, maybe the pressure to just get other people to like and love you, right? Just the pressure to feel worthy again and value yourself, right? And love yourself, right? Maybe you need to really understand how to do all of that. Well, this challenge is the perfect place to begin, because that's what I do. I go in deep. Oprah made a quote, and I love this quote. She said, if you're not working on the childhood trauma, you're working on the wrong thing. So what are you working on? Are you working on your childhood trauma? Are you working on the pain that's inside? Because we spend an awful lot of time looking fabulous. We look fabulous on the outside, right, girls? Don't we look amazing? I mean, so we can get some hair on our head, we get our eyebrows done, we put our lashes on, and we can get our body snatched. We look amazing, right? Hey, we look amazing. We can get some butt implants and all kinds of stuff, so we can look super amazing, right? And so what this challenge does is, it doesn't do anything with your amazingness. I want that to stay there, but I want you to match. I want your insides to be matching what's on your outside. And so I want to help you to rejuvenate, restore the woman within, so she can match that amazing woman that's showing up. So when you show up in relationships and with men, you can show up with confidence, the feminine, that men are going to be looking for when they're looking for a wife, right? You can show up with your core values. We don't realize, we think letting down our core values and our guard is what pulls a man in. But what pulls a man in is actually your femininity, your vulnerability, your ability to open up your heart and receive love, right? Your ability to show up as a confident woman who has values that he can respect. Those are some of the things, just a few of the things that's going to help you stand out as different. If you're showing up ready to just be a sex pot, open up your legs and say those same little stuff and same silly questions everybody asks on a date, you're no different. Right? Your body snatched just like everyone else. You're cute just like everyone else. You got the same questions. What do you do? What do you want to live? Do you want to have any kids? Do you want to get married? You ask the same questions on dates every time. What's different about you? What is so authentic about you? What's so amazing about you? There is nothing that's setting you different, apart as different to him than any other woman. So you're the same. So it wouldn't matter if he dated you or someone else. So what I help women to do is, like my book says, let's see if I can get it in there, date differently. That's the key of what I help women do all day long. Learn how to be authentic and date different. And to get to that point, ladies, it's a journey. So it's not a worldwide journey. It's just a short journey to dive inside of yourself. So we got to journey to the heart of ourselves to really understand what's going on in the inside so that we can show up as this amazing woman on the outside. And I'm going to invite you once again to join my Love Rejuvenation Challenge starting next week on July 15th. The other thing I want to invite you to that I haven't been on talking that much about, so I probably need to come on a little bit more. I want to invite those of you to that haven't registered yet to my Love Rejuvenation retreat. So this retreat is October 3rd through the 7th, and it's in Virginia Beach, Virginia, USA. And we're going to have an amazing time, ladies. So my retreat, unlike other retreats, every single dime you spend goes to you. I don't take any profit out of this retreat. I don't make any money off of this retreat. And people call me crazy. But this retreat, I just charge enough so that you can pay for your activities and your meals at the retreat. And that's it. And that's what we do. And we have so many amazing activities that's timed and scheduled and designed to help you do some of what I mentioned in this video to identify what's blocking you from what you deserve in life and in love and with your money, right? Imagine getting your money and your man. Wow. And that's what we're going to help you do. Understand what's blocking you from the love and the life that you truly deserve. And then we don't just say, hey, this is why you're not attracting a man. Well, we take that information, right? You know what information and failure is? It's feedback. And I use the information or your failures and I give you feedback, right? And when I say failures, your failed relationships, some of the challenges you had in life, maybe some of the struggles in your childhood, whether you got bullied or abused. And we use that information to help you really heal from the inside out. Because of, again, like Oprah said, if you're not working on that trauma, you're working on the wrong thing. So we take that information and we put it to work. And we go through a step-by-step process to help you heal from the inside out. And then we help you really rejuvenate so that now you can come out of this retreat like a brand new woman. Ready for the world, full of self-love, full of confidence, right? Align with your core value, knowing why previous relationships have failed, learning to forgive those who have hurt you, molested you, treated you badly, right? So you do this work inside of the retreat. So when you walk away, your energy level will be higher. You have a positive vibration. Right? You understand how to manifest the things that you want in life. You now have a connection with yourself. You're going to learn how to create that connection with your creator, right? And then ultimately, you'll be able to have a happy, healthy relationship with any man that you want to love. And you'll find out that after you come from this retreat, you'll have so many men looking to make a connection with you. Your problem is going to be deciding which man do I choose. If you don't believe me, ladies, you don't have to. Watch some of the testimonial videos that are on my page or on my YouTube, right? So many of the women that came to the retreat last year, they were engaged or started to date within 30 days of the retreat. Coincidence? I think not. It's the work that we did together, right? My one-on-one work with them and the work at the retreat caused them to do all of the work I previously spoke about. If you didn't hear it, go back and hit replay and really dive deep into the work that they need to do. Right? So that's what really makes this retreat so different, because the retreat really is all about getting you to your breakthrough. and helping you to really heal your inner self, right? And so the retreat every year is a perfect place to really unearth those past experiences, those childhood traumas, that abuse, the abandonment. Sometimes you don't even realize that the divorce that your parents had, or maybe the fact that your parents were mentally ill or an alcoholic or something like that, has really caused you a lot of pain and emotional trauma and really shaped who you are in the world, right? And now you might be carrying around some shame, blame, guilt. Maybe you're a little bit bitter. Maybe you have some resentment. Maybe you have a hard time forgiving people. And ultimately, these things, whether we realize it or not, they really block us from the love and the life that we truly desire. And that's why I'm so happy Oprah finally came out and really said this quote, that if you don't work on those traumas, if you're not working on the trauma, you're working on the wrong thing. So during our time together at the retreat, I'm going to really help you identify what's blocking you and then guide you through an emotional detox, if you will, right? To move past those negative experiences and really go through an awakening to your authentic self without fear or judgment, right? And this awakening happens, it's really a shift that happens from within that many, many women go through when they attend the retreat, because it really helps you become aware of your current structures, how you're living, your mindset, and then really how to get out of that mindset. And the same work that we do, I focus on relationships, but I got to tell you, this is the same work that that will help you reshape your money and your man conversation, right? It'll help you reshape all of that. And I really believe that even if you are in a position to make the money you want, if you don't get your relationships right, if you don't get your heart right, if you don't get your mind right, it won't matter. You won't be able to hold on to that money, that power, that position, or that man for long. So this is really all about doing the inside work so that your outside life can be amazing, right? And so the shifts that these women make at the retreat, they really embolden them to let go of their limited beliefs and really activate their femininity, really increase their confidence so that they can move past the fear and create the life of their dreams with themselves and of course with their Mr. Right. So the women, at the retreat, they really create shifts, profound shifts in a shorter period of time because of the one-on-one attention that they get from our facilitators. First of all, we keep the retreat super small and to really help you create the shifts that you need, right? I've learned the secrets. I've learned the secrets to attracting my Mr. Right. That's why I can be called the Healthy Love Coach. That's why I got such a handsome, sexy guy. I want to help you do the same. That's what I'm here to do. I want to help you do the same, because what I really learned, and what I've learned, I'm really teaching that blueprint to my students, to people in my organization, about really attracting love. Attracting healthy love really has nothing to do with your weight. It has nothing to do where you live. It has nothing to do with tricking, trapping, or sexing a man. What it has to do with who you are inside. And how healthy you are. What is your emotional intelligence like? How are you living? How are you showing up? What is your relationship with your creator, right? And what I've learned is that so many women wait until they go through a traumatic breakup to come check me out, right? I want you to holler at me before you get to that point, right? Because what I find out is that breakups, and this is helpful too, but breakups and the loss of relationships, they're really unbearable when you don't have a relationship with yourself, right? Again, I go back to Kate Spade and anyone else who's just committed suicide, especially because of a relationship. They've given up hope, right? It's because they don't have a relationship with themselves. They don't have hope in their creator. And the fact is that the trauma and the obstacles in your life, they really create opportunities for you to understand more about yourself and for you to heal yourself. And so everything that we go through is just leading us to a better self. Now, it's up to you if you want to make the decision to pay attention, right, to the lessons so that you can make the shifts that you need to make in your life. Heal yourself from the inside out. Rejuvenate the woman that you know you should be, right? Rejuvenate the woman from within and receive the blessings that you really deserve on this side of life. So I'm your girl, Camille Sheppard-Parrish, and I am your healthy love coach. I want to invite you to join my challenge. I want to invite you to join me in Virginia Beach, Virginia for my retreat. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. We got so many things planned for the retreat. It's just luxurious. So if you have never done anything for yourself, do this for yourself. If you need a payment plan, holler at your girl. I can really help you out with that. So I can set it up so that you can get what you need to attend a retreat. But do something and bring a girlfriend if you want. Even if you can't bring a girlfriend, come. You're going to make so many new girlfriends. Each year, the girls that come, they become super tight friends, and they're liking on each other's posts and making plans to visit each other and travel and hang out. And so if you don't have a community, if you are lonely, if you don't have hope, if your confidence is low, if you're going through a breakup or a divorce and you don't believe or really understand that there's really love and life after a divorce or breakup, I'm going to invite you to join me. Join my community. I'll post a link shortly after this video. All you have to do is, one, click on it, join the challenge, right? This will help you get familiar with me. And if you're participating and communicating and reaching out to me, I'll get familiar with you, right? And then two, go check out the loverejuvenationretreat.com page. Check out the retreat. It's an amazing retreat. It's not free, and I'm going to say it's not cheap, but I'm going to say it's more than worth every penny of the retreat. And that's why people come back year after year after year for the retreat, because they already know the value. And so this might be the best kept secret there ever was, but now we're trying to get the noise out a little bit. So share, because it is really a good event. And I have some really powerful partners that are going to be joining me to pour into you and coming for your healing. They're not coming for anything else but for your healing. And that's what I'm here for. I want to help you heal from the inside out. I want to help you live the life that you were designed to have. I want to really help you identify the wounds that's blocking you. I want to help you to release and forgive. I want to help you to learn how to be authentic and really identify your purpose. I really want to help you to, activate your feminine energy and really attract the love that you deserve in your life. That's what I'm all about. That's what I do. There's no fluff and stuff. I just want to help you get your man too. So I hope you have a fabulous weekend. If you don't have plans, make some. Don't sit at home with nothing to do. Go out and just Google events in my area. Go do something. Pick an event. I don't care if it's jazz, music. Go. Go out to dinner. Take yourself to dinner. Go get a massage. Go get a pedicure. Go get your hair done. Go do something with yourself. Enjoy this week and take yourself out on a date. Let me tell you one more thing before I get out of here. Start to create the space for your man. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is start dating yourself, right? Start taking yourself out on a date. Set up Friday as your date night and take yourself out on a date and enjoy your own self, right? And that way, when he comes into your life, it doesn't have to be, ooh, I've never been there. Ooh, I've never done that. Ooh, I've never traveled. I've never gone to a nice restaurant. No, I do this for myself all the time. No, I get massages all the time. No, I get my nails done all the time. No, I enjoy eating like this all the time. See, it won't be something new. And then he'll be able to either step in and join you, or he'll step back and say, no, it's not for me. So start creating the life you want to live. Don't wait until you get a man and then start hustling to act like you've been living this life all along. Start living it now. Be who you are. Be authentic. Be you. Enjoy your life. So do things with yourself. Date yourself. Invite a girlfriend along if you're afraid to go alone, but get comfortable with yourself. It's part of self-love. Really enjoy your journey while you're single. Really enjoy your journey while you're single. When you're married, it's amazing. But you do switch blessings, and you don't have all of those amazing blessings and the time that you have to yourself when you're single, right? So they're both a blessing. It's a matter of perception. Enjoy your singleness just as much as you hope to enjoy being in a relationship. I'm going to get out of here, y'all. I wish you love, and I'll pop back on soon. Share the video, share the love. Come see me in Virginia Beach. I want to hang out with you. I really do. I have such an amazing time planned. I wish you love. Bye.